So Nolan, do you guys want to push it out and then we'll switch it? And good morning, everyone. I'm Ariane Arambureau here at our digital desk live with Alaska's news source. We've got an update on breaking news that we've been following since last night into this morning. This is regarding 3 heli-skiers who were caught in a large avalanche Tuesday afternoon near Girdwood. Now we're going to pull up a map here, give you guys some background. So the latest from Alaska State Troopers this morning is that all 3 skiers are feared dead. Troopers have not been able to make it to the site yet to assess the situation, but they are trying to determine if recovery operations can safely be conducted today. So how this happened, the Alaska Wildlife Troopers, they were notified yesterday afternoon of an avalanche. This is near the West Fork of Twentymile River near Girdwood. A preliminary investigation had determined the 3 adult heli-skiers were caught in a large avalanche around 3:30 p.m. yesterday. Guides from the commercial heli-skiing operation that the group was with immediately tried to locate those 3 skiers. They used avalanche beacons and identified an area where the skiers were buried between 40 to nearly 100 feet of snow. The guides weren't able to get to them because the snow was too deep. They were also against limited daylight and a considerable avalanche risk, so no further operations have happened yesterday. So what's happening today is that troopers are now assessing the area to determine if recovery operations can be conducted safely. I want to bring in meteorologist Aaron Morrison. We've been, of course, following the story this morning. You can talk a little bit about the avalanche danger, which is right now considerable to high across South Central.
Yeah, and we've seen that avalanche danger has been rising really for the past couple of days, and we've been dealing with a pretty wacky winter across the region. And while we have a lack of snow at the surface, we've still got plenty of snowfall in those mountains. And you can see that avalanche danger when we're talking about considerable to high. It is anywhere from Turnagain Pass out towards Seward, where we're seeing those avalanche concerns. So Alpine out towards the tree line for Turnagain Pass, that is where we're seeing considerable avalanche danger. Out towards Seward, Lost Lake, from the tree line up to the Alpine, that is where we are seeing high avalanche danger. So the big concern continues to be not only the persistent slab avalanches, but wind loading as well. We've got a layer of surface hoar, which is buried 2 to 3 feet deep, which is remaining very weak. This is leading to the potential that we are not only going to see the potential for some natural to human triggered avalanches, but that the avalanche danger will likely increase throughout the remainder of today. So what are we talking about when it comes to the surface hoar crystals? Why are these an issue when it comes to our avalanche danger? Well, hoar crystals, they're very fragile, flat, and they're feathery. These tend to form on those clear, cold nights when we have low humidity and the lack of wind. So think of it kind of like the frost on those vegetables and the vegetation you see through those overnight clear nights. That's what we're seeing on those snow surface, and they develop from the snow upwards, and as it becomes buried due to brand new snow or wind loading, they still remain weak, and that is due to the weak bonds that happens within the hoar crystals themselves and the snow, and it prevents that bonding from taking place. So it's very weak, and it can persist for days, even weeks, within that buried label, and that's why it can become very unpredictable when it comes to those avalanche concerns. And the surface hoar, they're easily destroyed by winds as well as sun, so you're most likely going to see these issues out towards areas that tend to be shielded by those winds in the mountains. So certainly something to keep note of when it comes to these avalanche concerns we're seeing across South Central. And again, with that high avalanche danger out towards Seward, Lost Lake, and then as we've been talking about where that avalanche occurred yesterday, that is considerable avalanche danger with rising levels through the day.
And Aaron, also, you know, we've been talking about these warmer temps that we've been having in Alaska, which is kind of unheard of, you know, for a winter time. And while folks do like to go out and recreate, sometimes you can't really tell what that snow pack is looking like. So right now, are we kind of in a crucial time when, you know, heed those warnings when you see avalanches considerable to high? They're not just putting that out for, you know, for themselves. That's for folks to really, really pay close attention to.
Yeah, it is also important to note that even if it was a low avalanche danger, there is still that potential that you're going to see some avalanche concerns, because it's very unpredictable to know just exactly what is up underneath that layer of that snowfall. But again, we're going to continue to follow this situation and find out more about, you know, what exactly caused these avalanche concerns. But when it comes to avalanches themselves, as we've been talking about, it can be a variety of factors, from wind loading to the warm conditions. And we've been talking about temperatures in the mid to higher elevations of the mountaintops. They've been easily sitting in the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah.
We've got those easterly winds that have been gusting anywhere from 30 to 50 miles per hour on those mountaintops. And that is also where we have been dealing with those wind loadings. So that is why we've seen these avalanche danger continuing to rise. And you may be looking outside and going, hey, well, look, we've got some sunshine in the forecast. We do have another storm heading our way, and that is what's leading to heavy rainfall out towards coastal regions through Turnagain Pass. We've got a range snow mix with some heavy snowfall looking possible, and eventually it will make its way into South Central, inland areas of South Central, where we'll see range snow mix overnight into tomorrow, with some winds expected as well.
All right, Aaron, thanks for that. And of course, we'll be live at noon, so be sure to tune in, and of course, following the story all along tonight at 5 and 6. But again, if you're just joining us, we're bringing you all breaking news that we've been following last last night into this morning regarding 3 heli-skiers who were caught in an avalanche Tuesday afternoon near Girdwood. Now, we do have a crew that is headed out the door right now. They're headed toward Girdwood to see kind of what information we can get. We've been in contact with a lot of different agencies that are working on this, perhaps maybe finding a staging area again. But we will be live at noon today, and of course have more information tonight at 5 and 6. But troopers have not been able to make it to the site yet to assess the situation, but they're trying to determine if recovery operations today can be safely conducted. But those 3 heli-skiers are feared dead after being caught in a large avalanche yesterday, up to 40 to possibly 100 feet of snow. Again, breaking news there. Be sure to keep it to Alaska's news source for both on air and online for the very latest information. And of course, you can always download our news apps and our weather apps to stay up to date. So thank you all for joining us here at our digital desk. Be sure to join us today. We will be live at noon, and of course tonight 5 and 6 and 10 for the very latest information.